A joint venture is a business arrangement in which two or more parties agree to pool their resources for the purpose of accomplishing a specific task. This task can be a new project or any other business activity. Separate and apart from the participants' other business interests, they are normally created when the project requires a huge inversion of time and money. In this type of contract, the firms do never lose their identity. They continue with their normal principal activity. Joint ventures are typically for a single business, development or project rather than a long-term relationship between the co-ventures. Joint ventures usually are not the major activity of the parties concerned. The joint venture is a collaborative extension of their commercial activities. Advantages. Starting a joint venture provides the opportunity to gain new insights and expertise. Think about it. The market is now way easier for you to understand given the short-term partnership that you have forged. Forming a joint venture will give you access to better resources, such as specialized staff and technology. All the equipment and capital that you needed for your project can now be used. It is only temporary. A joint venture is only a temporary arrangement between your company and another. By definition, you won't be committing to it long term. Both parties share the risks and costs. In case the joint group project fails, you are not alone when bearing the costs of its failure. Because you two had volunteered to share the expenses, you both will also support the losses. Joint ventures can be flexible. An example of this is that a joint venture can have a limited lifespan and can only cover a fraction of what you do, thereby limiting your commitment as well as your business's exposure. You are more likely to succeed. Your chances of success will become higher as you are already writing with a renowned brand. As a result of this, your credibility will also vastly improve. Partners. Because of the separate nature of a joint venture, it is possible that the partners do not devote 100% of their attention to the project and become unreliable. Great imbalance. Because different companies are working together, there is a great imbalance of expertise, assets, and investment. This can have a negative impact on the effectiveness of the joint venture. A clash of cultures and management styles may result in poor cooperation and integration. People with different beliefs, tastes, and preferences can get in the way big time if left unchecked. A lot of research and planning are necessary. The success of a joint venture highly depends on thorough research and analysis of the objectives. Lack of clear communication. As a joint venture involves different companies from different horizons with different goals, there is often a severe lack of communication between partners. Types. There are different types of joint ventures. How you set up a joint venture depends on what your business is trying to achieve. The most common types of joint venture are limited cooperation. This is when you agree to cooperate with another business in a limited and specific way. For example, a small business with an exciting new product might want to sell it through a larger company's distribution network. The two partners could agree a contract setting out the terms and conditions of how this would work. Separate joint venture business. This is when you set up a separate joint venture business, possibly a new company, to handle a particular contract. A joint venture company like this can be a very flexible option. The partners each own shares in the company and agree how they should manage it. Business partnerships. In some circumstances, other options may work better than a limited company. For example, you could form a business partnership or limited liability partnership. You might even decide to merge your two businesses. To help you decide what form of joint venture is best for you, you should consider if you want to be involved in managing it. Consider what might happen if the venture goes wrong and how much risk you want to accept.